Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Rahmat Alam by Sayyid Suleiman Nadwi. Muhammad, peace be upon him. Mercy for the universe. Translated by Adolf Luther. Chapter 42. The Prophet's Last Hajj. The mission for which God had deputed the Prophet had been completed and perfected. Now the Prophet had to return to his God. The chapter Fataha gives us the clue of this instance. It was publicly declared in Ziqat 10th age that the Prophet was leaving Medina for Makkah to perform Hajj. This news spread like wildfire. All the Arabs came to the Prophet to accompany him for Hajj. On the 26th Ziqat, the Prophet took bath and put on ihram and set out of Medina after the afternoon prayer. He passed the night at Zul Halifa, situated at 6 miles from Medina. The next day he had a bath and offered 2 rakat prayer, wore ihram, rode a she-camel named Kaswa and recited the following words with a louder voice. O God, we are present before thee. O God, we are present before thee. Thou hast no associate whatsoever. We are present before thee. There is no associate with thee. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak. Hazrat Jabir has narrated the following tradition. We were accompanying the Prophet. The people had clustered around him, to the right, to the left. The companions were visible on every side. The Prophet recited, We are present before thee, O God, and the entire people, numbering about 1 million, recited the same. The echoes could be heard in the hills. In this way we went on, stage by stage, till on Sunday, Zulhajj 5, we entered Makkah. The Kaaba was visible. The Prophet invoked God. O God, bless this house and enhance its prestige. Reaching the Kaaba, he completed the circuits of the Kaaba. At the place of Hazrat Abraham, he offered 2 rakat prayer. He climbed up the Safa hill and delivered a sermon. There is none to be worshipped except God. He hath no partner. All sovereignty belongs to him. All praises are for him. He is the creator and annihilator. He has full control over everything. He is the only God, without a second. He fulfilled his promise. The Prophet completed Umrah. He instructed the companions to remove their ihram. Hazrat Ali and other companions had reached Makkah. They left for Mina, where they stationed on Thursday, 8th Zulhajj. Next day, offering the dawn prayer, they left for Arafat, where they remained till afternoon. The Prophet was riding the she-camel. He delivered a sermon. It was the first day when Islam, with all its glory, had appeared and removed all signs of the period of ignorance. He said, Yes, all rites and customs of the period of ignorance are under my feet. The Arabian territory glimmered red with the red blood of revenge, but that day the never-ending feuds were abolished for good. He declared it commencing from his own family. Verily, your blood and your property and your honors are sacrosanct to you until the day you meet your Lord, as sacrosanct as this present day, in this present month, in the present place. Verily, the blood shed in the time of ignorance is discharged, and the first blood with which we begin to discharge is the blood of my nephew, Amr bin Rabia bin Haris bin Abdul Muttalib. The system of interest is spreading throughout Arabia, by which the poor, laborers, farmers, etc. were in the tight grip of the Jews and were driven in their slavery. Their web was broken that day by presenting his own example. Verily, the interest on debts of the time of pre-Islamic ignorance is discharged. Verily, the first interest I begin with is to discharge the due to my uncle Abbas bin Abdul Muttalib. Woman was considered as inherited property of their husbands. She could be won or lost in gambling. It was the day when the oppressed women folk were given proper safeguard against the evil system. Fear God with regard to women. Be good to them. Verily, your wives have a right on you, and you have a right on them. The most suppressed people were slaves. The day had dawned for their emancipation. Your slaves, do justice to them. Give them to eat what you yourself eat. Give them to wear what you wear yourself. There was no peace in Arabia. Life and property enjoyed no value. The King of Peace gave a message of peace and cordial relations. Your lives and properties are as sacred for one another till the day of judgment as this day of today, in this sacred month and in this sacred city. Promulgating peace and tranquility, the very first thing was the excellence of brotherhood, which had brought all the tribes and families of Arabia into the single circle of Islam. He said, "Every Muslim is a brother of another Muslim, and all the Muslims are brothers to one another." Dissatisfaction had brought the nations to war for thousands of years due to their pride and prejudice. That day, the pride of nations was brought to an end when he announced, "No Arab has any excellence and superiority over a non-Arab, nor a non-Arab is superior to an Arab. You all are the sons of one Adam, and Adam was made out of clay." Thereafter, the Prophet announced some rules of law. Number 1. Everyone has been given the right of inheritance. It needs no will. Number 2. The child belongs to the owner of the bed husband, and the adulterer will receive only stones. Their account is with their Lord. Number 3. Yes, it is not lawful for the wife to give anything to anyone else without the prior permission of her husband. Number 4. Debt must be paid to its owner. Anything received on loan must be returned. Gifts to receive during crucial time must be returned. Whose stands surety must pay the ransom. That was the glorious day when the Ummah had been given permanent light of bliss for traversing life journey to be saved from ignorance. Verily, I leave among you something which, if you abide by, you will never go astray thereafter. It is the book of God. You will be questioned about me. What will you say? The 1,000,000 people spoke with one voice. They will say, "You have communicated the message of God and fulfilled your mission." After hearing these words, he pointed his first finger towards the sky and repeated thrice, "O God, ye be witness, I have communicated your message." At this last Hajj, God revealed on him, "This day have I perfected your religion for you, and completed my favors unto you, and have agreed to perfect Islam as your religion." The sermon was over. Hazrat Bilal recited the call to prayers, and the Prophet led the afternoon and late afternoon prayers one after the other. It was 22 years before when the Prophet had invited the people to the worship of one God, and except a few there was none to bow down before God. Today there were more than 1,000,000 persons prostrating before God, with the words echoing in the land, "God is great." The Prophet, along with the companions, rode his she-camel. They were now facing towards the Kaaba, their Qibla. They invoked God. Sunset approached. They all marched. It appeared like an ocean in waves. The whole way he was repeatedly uttering, "O ye people, live in peace with others." Evening approached. Reaching Muzdalifah, they offered evening prayer and night prayer. They spent the night there. Next morning they offered dawn prayer and left for the next station. The companions on his right and on his left went on asking him questions on religion. He gave answers for their satisfaction. Now they all reached Jumrah and threw stones on the Saturn. He said, "Never transgress the limits imposed by God. Communities before you were destroyed only due to that reason." But in the sermon he had said, "Learn from me the system of performing Hajj. I do not know if I would come here again for Hajj." It indicated his departure from this material existence. The Prophet left for Mina, surrounded by the faithful. Muhajirs were on the right and Ansar on the left, and in between them were the common Muslims. He was riding his camel. Throwing a glance at the adherents, he could review his endeavors for the last 23 years. The effulgence had spread from the earth to the heaven. It was the beginning of a new Shariat, a new era. The Prophet said, "Verily, God has created the earth and the heavens. This day the time has come back to same nature after traversing a great age. Your lives and properties are sacrosanct for one another, as this day is sacred in the sacred month, in the sacred land. Verily remember, don't become irreligious after me, and don't kill one another. You have to present yourself before God, and he will question you about your deeds. If a Negro of black color he made your chief, obey him in accordance with the book. Worship your God. Offer prayers 5 times a day. Keep fast during the month of Ramadan. Obey my commandments. God will make you enter paradise. Verily, the Satan has lost all hope to be worshipped anymore in your city. Verily, you will be pleased with it." After saying this, he looked at the gathering and said, "Have I communicated the message of the Lord?" Voices from all sides were rising in the air in confirmation. "Yes, God is witness to it." Then he said, "Those who are present here may take this message to him who is not present here." This was the preaching obligation, a duty of every Muslim. The Prophet bade farewell to all the pilgrims. After performing all rites, the caravan left for Medina along with the Prophet amidst the Muhajirs and the Ansar. Jazakallah, narrated by Sabine Abbas. May Allah guide us on the right path. Ameen. Jazakallah. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the updates till next time. Thank you.